for them during their proceedings, which has not been vacated to date. The latest case was instituted at the State High Court in Port Harcourt by Okojumbo and 2 others against the 27 lawmakers, Governor Fubara, the State Chief Judge, and the Attorney General of Rivers State. Justice Charles Wali has restrained the Amihule-led lawmakers from sitting at the House of Assembly auditorium pending a hearing on the motion on notice. On Monday, former President Goodluck Jonathan called for truce in the Rivers State political crisis, asking Governor Siminalayi Fubara and his predecessor Nyesom Wike to work together. Now, he made a call during the flag-off of the Trans-Calabari Road at Rumolumeni community in Obiakpo local government area.
Honorable Minister Nyesom Wike and Governor Siminalayi Fubara must work together for developing the lands and the people of Rivers State. Rivers State is very critical in this country. If Rivers State is destabilized, the whole Niger Delta will be destabilized. And it will not end within the Niger Delta alone. Leaders must know that nobody takes 100%. You must learn the principle of give and take. And I join the leaders of Rivers State to also re-emphasize that there is a need for ceasefire. One hand does not clap, it takes 2 hands to clap.
In his remarks, Governor Fubara warned anyone planning to sabotage the construction of the road to have a rethink.
We appeal to, first, the Rumolumeni people to give the contractor the necessary support to take off. The Calabari Kingdom to give the necessary support so that this project will be delivered. We don't need to sabotage it. For those of you who are planning to sabotage it, it is your business. If we don't do it in our own time, I wonder when you're going to get it. So you need to buy into this project. The advantage of this project is making life easy for our people. This road will bring development to our people.
The governor also said that his government will not borrow to complete the project.
Difficult terrain is going to be expensive, but we're equal to the task. Let me also say it for record purposes. We are not going to borrow to embark on this project. We have saved and we are using our savings to pay off, which we already done, the 30% initial advance payment. So the contractor has no reason to delay, but to start up the project immediately.
Correspondent Onyeka Chinwo's report that the contract for the Trans-Calabari Road, which will pass through the 3 Calabari local government areas of Akokotoro, Asaritoro, Degema, and other areas, was awarded at a cost of about 225 billion naira. Now, it is expected to be completed in 32 months. Meanwhile, the chairman of the Board of Trustees, Management and Staff of the River State Primary Healthcare Management Board, Blessing Jaja, and the Executive Secretary, Kinikanwa Green, are felicitating Governor Fubara and the Deputy Governor, Ngozi Odu, on their successful 1 year in office. In a statement signed by Professor Green on behalf of the board said they are happy to note that the governor is delivering the dividends of democracy to the Rivers people. The Board of Trustees, led by Professor Jaja, assured Governor Fubara that it was focused on driving the government's vision for the critical primary healthcare sector in the state. The statement expressed hope that the Fubara administration would continue to record more measurable milestones by initiating more projects that would have a positive impact on the people. The statement prayed that God continue to grant Governor Fubara good health and more wisdom as he continues to deliver on the core mandate of his administration in fulfillment of his social contract with Rivers people. Moving on now, some secondary school students set in for the ongoing West African examinations WAEC in Rivers State say their exams are disrupted whenever it rains due to leaking roofs in their classrooms. Some students of community secondary school Uhuechi Alo in Ikwere local government area of Rivers State, who spoke to our correspondent, called for government intervention.
Whenever it rains, we have leakage, and it does not normally flow. The button,
like inside the class, rain, water, they enter, and when rain fall, no windows, like things is not going well.
Their principal, John Ogundu, also spoke on this.
The basic issue we have in this school is infrastructure. Chairs are all bad, the roofs are all bad, the floor, no window, the place is completely unfenced. So we have this issue of invaders from the community entering our compound at will. Whenever we close this school, the place is vulnerable. People come here to invade our chairs, destroy our chairs. When it rains, you see everywhere leaking. So I'm calling the government to come and help us.
And your top station, the conversation.
Apologies for that. Now, at least 900 students occupy the school as an extension of the UBE building built by former Rivers State Governor Rotimi Amechi in 2011. As you may know, the 2024 West African Senior School Certificate Examination WASC started on April 30th, 2024, with millions of secondary students sitting for the examination across the country. The WAEC exams will end on June 24, 2024. It is the WAEC results that universities and polytechnics use to determine who they will admit into their institutions. Still to come, electricity workers lockout minister issue 14-day ultimatum. Stay with us.
A former minority leader at Rivers State House of Assembly, former Emergo chairman, and the son of Vundele community.
Come back and now the rest of the news. Some female students of Ignatius Ajuru University of Education in River State are counting their losses after Sunday's fire at a section of their hostel. The student told our correspondent that they lost their certificates, documents, and other valuables in the fire.
I just started with stove. From there, it went very far by entering gas, and from there it exploded in the hostel. Even the VC had to come. We brought 2 fire services.
The way she was shouting, the stove now turned, like the stove, like tumble upside down. So the kerosene now spread everywhere, and the fire now followed the kerosene, like that splitting to different things. From there, the things start burning.
Everything there was this. Their documents, their clothes, their phones, everything.
Recall that the Vice-Chancellor of the University, Okechukwu Onuchukwu, said the female student responsible for the fire will face disciplinary action for violating the university's rule about not cooking in the hostel. Meanwhile, a university administrator in River State, Agatha Ataga, has urged the public to always make copies of their certificates and save them in different places, as degree certificates are not issued twice.
Certificates are not usually issued twice, and that is why even certificates are not issued by proxy. The owner of the certificate will collect the certificate by him or herself, and after collection, you are usually advised, take a picture of your certificate and save it in the clouds, save it in Google, anyhow you want to save it, snap it, make photocopies and keep in different places.
In other news, the National Union of Electricity Employees and the Senior Staff Association of Electricity and Allied Companies on Monday stopped business activities at the headquarters of the Federal Ministry of Power in Abuja. They locked out the Minister of Power, Adebayo Adelabu, and other workers of the ministry, stopping access to the powerhouse building in the Maitama district of Abuja. This was as the Nigeria Labour Congress and Trade Union Congress on Monday gave the federal government a deadline on May 31st, 2024 to reverse the hike in electricity tariff.
And now we bring you news from around the world.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has angrily condemned the International Criminal Court's prosecutor for seeking arrest warrants for him alongside Hamas's leader over alleged war crimes in the Gaza conflict. Mr. Netanyahu said he rejected with disgust that democratic Israel had been compared with what he called mass murderers.
This is the news on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
That's a wrap on the news this morning. Before we go, let's have a look at the major stories. The Victor Okojumbo-led Assembly is to screen more commissioner nominees this morning. Former President Jonathan has called for truce in Rivers' political crisis. And on the foreign scene, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has denounced a bid to arrest him over Gaza war. The news was edited by Chioma Ezenwafo. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808 721 7215. I'm Ifechukwu Mwanyali. Many thanks for listening.